You might have to put like at the beginning of the episode, like a pre-warning, like you might want to turn your volumes down. Because I'm a lot louder than it.
Do you feel like you're at that age right now where it's like...
You don't know how to use technology?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the fucking time.
I'm just like, dude, I'm that person who's like, can you make the font bigger? Like, holding it like this.
Dude, yeah, I'm at work, like, control plus on, like, Excel sheets and stuff sometimes, because I'm like, how is anyone reading this? Like...
You're like,
yeah, it's insane.
Oh my God. Okay, so you looked over everything. You're okay? We were just talking about it?
I mean, like, I didn't read it, like, super, like, in depth, but I did.
Okay, I don't know who's worse, you or Alec, because I don't send these over for you guys just to, like, make sure it's English.
No, I mean, like, I read it all, but I didn't, like, study it. Like, I didn't go back and, like, read it again.
Okay, well, no, you don't.
You know, like, I didn't, like...
No, you don't need to study it.
Oh, yeah, I read it all.
But you're, like, you're comfortable?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I just like to make sure, because Alec is like... Okay, so you can move your mic a little bit forward.
Okay.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Talking to it?
Hello?
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 I forgot how loud you are.
I know. I'm not even trying. I'm just like normal.
Yeah!
I'm just normal volume.
You have a great radio voice. Okay, so are you ready?
Yeah. Yes.
I've been doing like this when I start by myself. Listen, when I record voiceovers, I talk to myself to the recording. I'm like, Laurel, that was dumb. Start over. Like, as I'm listening to it, I know everything that I edited previous to the lead up was a fuck up, so then I have to delete everything. It's terrible. Welcome to another episode of Don't Quote Her. I have my neighbor and best friend and someone who I call my sister on. Her name's Katie.
Yellow. Oh. Sergeant Piper at it again.
No, that's Ruby.
Oh, Ruby.
You don't even know your dog's own bark?
Blueberry, come here, honey. She doesn't get to do that in our house.
No, I know. I live in a dungeon. I think this is like one of the hardest parts about having people on. I realized this when I was recording with Alec, is like, you have to remember that like the people don't know who you are.
Correct.
So you have to kind of like talk about yourself a little bit, because like I obviously know who you are. Because I feel like sometimes I was like asking Alec a question and he would be like, what do you mean? You know that answer already.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I get it.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Who you are, what do you do, your age, are you single, that type of shit.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm Katie.
Mm-hmm.
I am 37.
Mm-hmm.
I am in property management.
Mm-hmm.
Super fun. I am very single, divorced twice.
Okay.
Single mom of 3. I have
Not humans.
I have 2 wiener dogs and a cat. And yeah, man, I'm just chilling.
Okay.
Living alone.
I like how you said very single. Why did you say very? You said very single.
Well, because I haven't like been in a relationship or really, I mean, I've dated on and off, but for a long time, probably since 2019.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's a good thing that you brought that up, because that's kind of like what we're going to talk about today. I might make this like a 2-part episode. I think that as I'm like fine tuning this recipe, I feel like that I like maybe like a shorter, punchier episode. So this might be 2 parts.
okay.
But it doesn't mean we're going to record twice.
Okay.
Okay.
Obviously, like, I don't care to talk about it, but I agree with you about not using the second guy's name.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Too many people know him. I know that there are a lot of people on here who know of me or know about me or do actually know me personally. And then that means that they know about like our small circle of people and dating back to, prehistoric times.
Prehistoric.
So yes. I just feel like, I agree. I don't think it's like best that we use.
Should we nickname?
Well, I was just going to say marriage 1, marriage 2.
Oh.
But we can nickname. Here's the problem with nicknames though. I forget.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, we can do marriage 1 and marriage 2, I guess.
So we'll see.
I might slip and say Josh though, because it's just easier.
Okay, we can do
and
Josh.
He's
I don't
a
care.
fuckbag, so I don't really care. I
don't feel like anyone really knows him.
No,
at least like no one important.
Well, I hate to say it, but the only person that was like connected in at all is dead now. So
who is dead? Oh, wait. Oh my God, he died?
Yeah.
When did he die?
Like a few years ago.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
So weird.
That was like the only, I think, connection.
Oh God. Okay. Well, anyway, so that's really sad.
We'll edit.
Well, that was trash. Remove it.
Intrusive thoughts coming out.
Like, damn. Okay, so this episode is going to be, like I said, maybe a two-parter. And we're going to talk about being single in your 30s. And we're going to talk about how, like, do women really want marriage, or do they just want security? And does marriage mean security? And I feel like there was like a picture painted when we were younger that it's like you're supposed to get married and have kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really do like enjoy talking about this topic because I feel like you don't see it a lot. You don't see a lot of women our age. Okay. Listen, you see a lot of women our age single.
Yeah.
But you don't see a lot of women our age single with no kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think like that's just kind of an interesting perspective. Anyways, when you think about single now versus single in your 20s, what's the biggest thing that comes to mind?
I think for me, single now, it doesn't feel like a negative. Like I feel at peace now being single.
Yeah.
And in my 20s, it was like constantly looking for that companionship, like one relationship to the next. You stop talking to someone or you stop dating someone, and a couple days later you're talking to or dating someone else.
Yeah.
Not really taking the time to get to know the people, and just that's just how it was. Like, I don't know, more free, and now I feel like I'm smarter.
You feel like you're definitely smarter in dating, and you feel like in your 20s you felt almost like pressure to be with someone.
It was like
it was almost like cool.
Yeah, like
it added to your value.
It did. It's like, oh yeah, this is my boyfriend.
My boyfriend.
Yeah. You know, like it just felt like something that you had to have in order, like at least for me, like in order to feel like whole, like complete as a person. Yeah. You know?
I know. It's so funny because like in your 20s, you're like dying to put that label on someone, like boyfriend or like fiance or whatever.
Yeah.
And then now it's like,
like I wouldn't say we're dating.
It's like, but like literally with Quincy and I, you just right before our blow up, well, it wasn't even a blow up, but before I like woke up and was like, yeah, I'm just really not into this anymore. But like literally that weekend you met him, and that's like 2 years in.
Yeah, for the first time.
It's so funny too, because he had asked, he was like, when do I get to meet Katie? Because I had called you earlier that day or whatever, right? And he was like, when do I get to meet Katie? And I was like, I don't know.
Like, it seems kind of
like,
soon.
Well, you've met my mom. And I was like, I know, but it's different.
It's like, stop rushing it, dude.
Well, and I just, not that I like wanted it, you know, whatever. Not that I thought it was rushed, but it was just like, I think, especially in my mind, I mean, throughout our relationship, I just like knew this was not it. But like in my mind that day, that weekend, I was just like, no, because I'm not going to talk to you on Monday. Anyways, okay, so dating at 37. Okay, so this is one thing. I can cut this if you want.
No, you're good.
This is one thing that I did want to bring up because a couple episodes back, you had gone on a date.
Yeah, I sure did.
I had shared that you had gone on a date.
Yeah.
And you had gone axe throwing.
Yeah.
And
I found out I'm really good with a knife, not an axe, but watch out.
Okay. So talk to us about what transpired post date. Wait, let me catch everyone up really quick. So just so everyone knows, Katie matched with this guy on Hinge.
Yeah.
And they go out for a date. The story of you getting ready is actually quite funny. So if you haven't listened to it, you need to listen to it. And she goes out on this date, and me and Alec were up, or Alec and I, excuse me, were up till fucking 1 o'clock in the morning with Katie because like we had to hear like how it went. You guys went on this date.
Yeah.
Had a good time. It was enjoyable.
Yeah,
then he asked you to dinner.
Yeah.
And so then you went to dinner. And then after dinner, he still wanted to hang out with you. And so then you guys went for a walk.
Yeah.
Like around the complex that they walked around is like well lit. It's actually kind of cute, whatever.
Yeah.
So what happened after?
So then I went home.
Yes, good job.
And I talked to you and Alec. Mm-hmm. And next day, communicated as usual, just, you know, normal stuff. And then...
like, hey, what's up? How are you? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, just like normal, like... have a good day, like, because we didn't text like all day every day. It was like, hey, good morning, like, what are you up to today? Oh, cool, like, have a good one.
So
business as usual.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, nothing.
Not a word.
No, because like I go to bed pretty early, even on the weekends.
Yeah.
And so we were like talking earlier in the night, and then I went to bed before he responded.
Yeah.
And so I woke up in the morning, saw his response, responded, and then never heard anything back. And then, I don't know, like 5 days went by. And then he texted and basically was just like, yeah, I had a really good time, but I don't want to continue things romantically.
Yeah, but it's like by then you kind of...
Well, yeah, it was just like, okay, like you didn't really need to say anything. I wasn't even thinking about it anymore
Okay.
5 days later. And that was it. Yeah.
Okay. So dating now,
Yeah.
with that being said, I mean, I know... Okay, let me ask the question. Dating now, how are you approaching it, and how, I mean, I don't want to ask how's it going for you, but like how's it going for you? And the reason why, the reason why I'm asking is because like even that whole interaction, like, and I think maybe it's because I'm a little bit too guarded, but like it's so exhausting.
Yeah.
And it's not even that you have like anything emotionally invested in it, but it's like I'm the type of person where like if I find a spark with someone, even if it's just on the first date, it's like a small spark, like, like, oh yeah, I actually don't hate being around this person.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's like the other people that I may or may not be talking to, I just like, I'm not as, I don't stop being invested in them. I don't stop talking to them, but I then try and focus on this connection. Yeah. Right. So it's not that it's like I'm invested in it, but it is exhausting, like going through, I guess, like putting in the work, like the footwork, like the, how are you? What's up? How'd you sleep? What's your favorite color? What do you like to do in your downtime? Yep. Ask me again what my fucking hobby is. Just like, please.
Like, I don't have any. So it's exhausting trying to think of things that don't make me sound like the most boring human on the planet.
Person on the planet. So with that being said, how's dating going for you?
Yeah, it's not great. So I haven't really been back on Hinge.
Okay.
I don't know. I go through like spurts where it's like I'm feeling good and I'm like, yeah, like I want to get out and do stuff. And so then I'll get back on and I'll like talk to people, whatever. But I have such a hard time like getting to that point to where I actually want to like meet somebody. Yeah. Because it's so like most of the time like the conversation isn't there, or they're just weird and they say like really weird shit right at the beginning, and it just is such a turn off. And it's like, yeah, no, like I already know I wouldn't like you. Like I get the ick super quick, I guess.
Yeah, same.
And I just, if I would rather like hang out at home alone with my animals than go out with you, like that tells me it's everything you probably need to know. Not, you know what I mean? It's probably not it.
And then it's so discouraging though, then when you do find someone that like, I'm sure at some point, I mean, I saw you beforehand, you were a little bit nervous, like who wouldn't be? Yeah. But it's like, I'm sure at some point as you're throwing knives, you're like, I actually don't hate this person. Like, it doesn't annoy me. Like, I'm not annoyed.
Yeah, you know we had a good time. And that's the thing is, like, I think there's only been a couple of dates where I was just like, no, I absolutely never want to talk to this person again. But most of the time, it's like, they were fine. And it just didn't work out and whatever. Yeah. Like, even, like, look at Deshante. Yeah. Like, we're almost 6 years later since we met. And you know what I mean? And we're still friends, like, cool. Yeah. And I wish it could be like that with everyone, Yeah. But like, unfortunately.
You mean, like, it sucks that it's like you put in, I think, okay.
You put in effort, like getting to know someone, and you do get along, and you have things in common, and you hang out, and it's like fun, and you have a good time. And then, and then it's just like, okay, well, cool.
Yeah. Just because there's not a romantic connection, it doesn't mean like we can't be cool.
Exactly.
Yeah. I feel that. Okay. So dating's not going great.
No, it's not going great, but also it's fine. Okay. Like I'm not sad about it.
Yeah. No, trust me, I get it. I hate this question, but I'm going to ask it.
That's fine.
What are you looking for? Like when these men, it's like one of the questions I hate, but like I do understand why they ask it. It's like, what are you looking for? Like, do you want something serious, or like what's your vibe?
Yeah, I mean, I think at this age especially, and I've been single for a long time, I would love to be in a relationship and have someone to travel with and just like do life with, like, of course, But I'm also not in any hurry to like jump into something. I have done that before.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I just want to find someone that I enjoy being around, that I can just like be myself with and do normal shit with. And if it rolls into like, I want to find a friend that, you know, and if it turned into something, great. If it doesn't, you know, I feel like I'm fine being alone. Like,
do you want to sleep with that friend?
I mean, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Of course.
I know.
Like,
and you know what's crazy though?
because the end goal is to be in a relationship, right? So obviously, like, I'm not just gonna fucking be spending time with any
Tom, Dick, or Harry.
Yeah, like anyone.
Yeah.
Like, obviously there's gonna be like a romantic interest in it.
Yeah.
But I'm not in a rush to like be in a relationship.
So you're okay sleeping with them before you're in a relationship with them.
Yeah.
See, and my thing is, I feel like men feel like they have to fake the funk, and they can't just keep it a buck and be like, listen, I want something romantic. If it leads to that, great. If not, like, are you cool, like, with whatever?
Yeah.
But it's like, I think where it gets like fucked up is that it's like, I'm cool like going at a pace that is comfortable for both of us, but like it doesn't mean that you need to like disrespect me in the process.
Correct.
Like if we're gonna like keep it cool as we get to know one another and see if really a connection is there for us to like maybe like evolve into something else.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind like being physical, being intimate, whatever, but like tell me if you're being intimate with other people.
Exactly. It's
You know
all
what I
about
mean?
communication.
Just,
And
like-
that's the biggest thing for me.
And they think we can't handle it.
Yeah. And that's the thing that most of the time ends my communication and like my connection with the guys before we get to meeting is because of that communication.
Yeah.
It's like, if it's not there now,
it's never
it's
gonna
not
be.
going to be there.
Yeah, I totally
So,
agree.
and that's something that I value. I'm great at communicating, and you know, and we can handle it. Just be honest. Like, it's just not that hard. I don't know.
It's not that hard. And I feel like you more oftentimes than not, especially when you find a woman who doesn't want anything out of you. Like, let's be honest. I'm 37. I can pay my own bills. We're recording in my own apartment. I live nicely. I was thinking about it this morning. I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm so grateful I can just like afford life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck, bro. And so, I don't want any, like, there's nothing that you can give me that I can't give myself.
Correct.
Like, if you want to go out and like get me nice shit, by all means, I'm not going to say no.
Yeah.
Okay? I will
I
give
love
you
a
a
gift.
list of things that I like. Okay. Because I do. One thing about me, if you're going to give me something, I want it to be like functional.
Yep.
Or like money.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I don't expect it.
Yeah.
I'm not like one of those women who's like, to fuck with me, you need to take me to the nicest place and we need to eat the nicest steak and drink the best wine. Like, I don't fucking care. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Anyways, with that being said, I think like what makes it like so frustrating is that like more oftentimes than not, when you come across women like us who have our shit together, like, we don't want to like rush into anything.
No.
And disrupt all of this fucking peace that we got going on here
not.
right now. Absolutely. Like, fucking up my Saturday morning, days ruined by 8 a.m.
Yeah,
No thanks.
no.
It's like, we are open to
Yeah.
something that's like, you build and you evolve and you get
Yes.
to know one another.
Yeah.
And I'm at this point now where it's like, I'm playing for keeps. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to sleep with you before I commit to you.
Well, yeah, 100%. I
You know
just
what I
think
mean?
that that's an important aspect of a relationship.
Yeah.
At least I know for me and
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
And so I would hate to spend all this time and then find that like it isn't there.
Or like, you sleep with them and it's terrible.
Yeah, and it just like is like, okay, this is not, you know what I mean?
7 minutes of misery.
Yeah, like I couldn't continue to do this.
Yeah.
But that doesn't, like, sleeping with someone doesn't mean like, oh, we're in a relationship now. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't know, but yeah, open communication. If you're gonna be sleeping with other people, like, be honest about it.
Yeah.
Because it's
Fuckers.
okay, you know. Like,
It is okay. You've been married twice.
Mm-hmm.
And I've known you for a really, really, really long time now. So I obviously know the stories, but
Yeah.
our listeners don't. So we're going to start with marriage one.
Okay.
Like, now that we kind of like dove in a little bit to like your single life,
yeah,
we're going to take it back. So marriage one.
yeah,
Let's talk about it. What we can use his name, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Josh, right?
Yeah.
Talk to us about what made you fall in love with Josh.
Can I be totally honest?
300%.
I don't remember a lot. Like,
Okay. Like you don't remember a lot about like why you liked him?
Yeah. Because like I'm so indifferent now, but for so long, like I dislike, like I remember all of the bad things. Yeah. I remember, you know, all that, but I don't like, I don't have a ton of like good memories because
everything was so bad.
Well, and it's like we dated for 7 months before we got married, right? And he was in the Navy, so he was gone 3 months and here 3 months. And so I feel like we had more bad times physically together than we did good times. Yeah. Because of the short amount of time that we were together. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so like I remember meeting him, and I remember that night. And
wait, how did you meet him?
So you remember Lindsay lived in that was it like Jackson Place?
Jackson Park?
No. Jackson it was like Place? That apartment, like that low income apartment.
Chop place. Chop place.
Chet's Jackson Chop, whatever, yeah. And so she
Which actually was like mad nice.
It was really nice, yeah. And so she was living there, and
so many good memories in there.
Yeah, and I honestly don't remember who.
And I also want to state for the record, sorry to interrupt, it was low income, but it was like assisted family housing, I think, also. Yeah. Lindsay was what, 20 years old, 21?
She she may have been 20.
Maybe a fresh 20.
19.
She was getting in the bars underage. She was 2 years younger
than us. And so I think she was 19.
I think she was 19 years old, raising a daughter by herself.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Sorry. And so she lived there, and we had military guy friends, and I cannot remember who they were that had come over, and they were like, oh, can we bring our friend? And it was Josh. And we all made fun of him because we called him Nuggets because he was wearing a Denver Nuggets jersey.
Oh my God, I remember that.
So we called him Nugget. Because none of us could remember his name, and we were just like, whatever, you know, like, okay, come here, Nugget.
I shouldn't be allowed to nickname anyone ever.
So we were just like drinking, playing drinking games, whatever. And then I don't remember how, like, he didn't ask for my number that night. Like, we didn't really communicate that much. So I really don't remember like how we connected and like.
Either do I.
Started dating. Like I don't remember that.
Either do I. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyways. Yeah. So I get it though, because like I don't remember a lot either, honestly. Yeah. So do you remember do you remember the moment that you were like, this is the one?
I think for me, like obviously I had a long relationship in like junior high school. Yeah. And that had ended not too long before this, maybe a year. And I just feel like back then, you know, I was bullied growing up and was not ever considered like the pretty friend. I was always like the nice friend, and I was a super people pleaser. And so I think getting that attention,
you were like, ooh.
Yeah, because he was like definitely like love bomber and like made me feel like I was just like so important and like all these things. And so, and I think also like for him, like a lot of the time, like he was gone. And so it was like emails and brief phone calls, but lots of emails and saying like all these great things that just made me feel so good. And it was like so new. Like, again, we only dated for 7 months, but we were probably only like in person together for 3 of them.
True.
You know? And so it was just very much like honeymoon phase, infatuation, like all of that stuff before like you settle in and really like start to get to know them. But by then I was already married. And so it was, I think it was just, I was just on such a high.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
This is crazy, but like it seems like so long ago.
But
like low key it was.
It was like 2000.
It was like a lifetime ago. That's almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. That is like so wild.
Yeah. I think I got married in 2008.
That is insane. Oh my God.
Right? Yeah. No.
Oh shit. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
No, 2010.
Still, that was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
That was a
long time ago. Yeah.
It feels like so long ago. It feels like so much has happened, and so much has. But it's like, where
I don't even feel connected to that, like
that part of your life.
No, it doesn't. It just doesn't even feel like it was my life.
Yeah,
like it.
Well, we're about to get into
so
it.
long ago.
So when did you start feeling like something was wrong?
Oh,
like when did you realize like this motherfucker is wild?
So really soon after we got married. Like I don't remember the exact moment. Like it's weird because things had happened. I guess the moment that I realized that I needed to leave, because I knew something obviously was off before, because like it was like probably a couple weeks after we got married, and his whole like demeanor changed towards me.
What do you mean?
And I think towards everyone, like he was just like grumpy and rude.
He was an
and
asshole.
Yeah, but before that he wasn't like that. He was I mean, at least not around me.
Yeah, like
he was, you know, funny and bubbly and kind and just like really goofy. And I'm that way, and so it was like I feel like, you know, there were times like we did have fun together. But when that, he just like his whole demeanor, he was just like angry and grumpy and rude to everyone, and to me he was not fun to be around. And he had started, because we only had one car, and so he had to drop me off at work when I worked at West Hills in the cafes, and then he would take my car to work because he got off before me and come pick me up, whatever. And he had, and at this point I didn't think anything other than like he was an asshole was going on, you know what I mean, like because he was home all the time, unfortunately, and whatever. But he was upstairs getting ready for work, and I was downstairs waiting for him, and his phone, he had left it unlocked on the dining room table, or on the dining room table, and I was just sitting there, and he got a text message, and I looked at it, and it was from some girl named Kate or something like that. And I don't remember exactly what it said, but it was something about like I had so much fun last night or whatever, something like that. And I had to go to work. It was like 7:00 in the morning, and I had to go to work. So I just like set the phone down, and he comes downstairs, and I was like, you need to call someone for a ride to work. You are not taking my car. We can talk about it later. I have to go. And he was like, no, like, what are you talking about? You're not taking me to work, you know? And I just said, I saw a text message. Maybe Kate can come pick you up, but I have to go. And he lost it, started screaming. Like, it literally was the wildest thing. He started breaking all of my stuff. And so then I called my boss and was like, I don't know what to do. I can't leave. Like he wouldn't let me out of the, kept like pushing me back, wouldn't let me leave, but then was like breaking everything. And I called my boss and told her I couldn't come in. And she was like, no, you are not letting him make you lose your job. Like I'm coming to pick you up. My neighbors had called the police, and I didn't know this because obviously like I was screaming. And I didn't know that they had called the police. And so then my boss came, picked me up, went to work. And then the cops showed up at my work, and he was in the back seat of the cop car screaming, trying to kick out the window. And cause he had he had hit me a couple of times. And so I had like marks on my face, and the cops had to come take pictures and stuff. And it was like and at that time I was working at the front desk at Honda.
Okay. And
it was like first thing in the morning. And so we're like out front of the entrance of my job. Like, it was just so awful. And so then the HR person came over and was like, do you want to come talk to me? She was super sweet.
Yeah.
And I told her yes. And I told her what was going on.
Yeah.
And she called her husband and was like, I'm going to need your help. And she said, call your parents. And I called my parents. And
wait, why'd she call her husband? Who's her husband?
Well, so I had worked with this woman.
Yeah.
She wasn't always HR, but I'd worked with her at Honda. I'd been at Honda for a few years by then.
At this point.
Yeah. And so I had known her and had met him a bunch of times, but they came and helped me and my parents move all of my stuff out while he was in jail that day. And when we got to the house, like there was a ton of shit out front broken, everything in the kitchen, there's glass, everything in the house was broken. And everyone was just kind of like, holy crap. Like, I don't think they expected, you know what I mean? And so then I moved out while he was locked up.
But wait, you guys got back together after that?
We did. But told all that story. The night before, I just had like a weird feeling before all this happened. And I was on the phone with my mom and I was just like, Mom, I need to get out of this house. Like, I don't know why. Like,
had stuff happened?
He had, yes.
Because I remember there was almost like, not that like the first time that he did something fucked up, it wasn't fucked up enough. But like, I just remember like things kind of escalating.
They did. So that was like the whole like cheating thing, which obviously like made him really mad that I found out. Yeah. But he was physically abusive before that. Yeah. I say really small things, but like they're not small. You know what I mean? Like, and it only happened twice. Yeah. The first time was I had come home from work and he had fallen asleep in our recliner after work, and he was playing a video game but had fallen asleep, and I turned the TV off and he woke up and was like, why, like, turn off my game, and just like pushed me on the couch and just like hit me in the back of the head, like was on top of me. Like, it was fucking wild. And then the second time was because I was trying to block him because he kicked King. Yeah. And R.I.P. King. Yeah. And I got in the middle of that and he like shoved me up against the wall. And that was probably like a month before I had this all happened. And he was at work that night and I just like called my mom. I just had like a pit in my stomach. Like, I just didn't feel comfortable in my home. Yeah. A lot of times me and King like would go to bed before he got home and I would lock the bedroom door. And so he would come in and like sleep downstairs. And so I had God,
so you guys at this point weren't even like sleeping with each other?
No, because he was just like so mean. Like, and this was after he had come back, like right after we got married, he went out, whatever, to see, and then he had come back and he was just like so mean. And God. I had like told my mom, I need to get out of this house. And then that very next morning is when all of that shit transpired. Yeah. And so then I moved out for about 6 months. Yep. And then I ended up going back.
Yeah, because I feel like the time that you left for real, it was in like the middle of the night, wasn't it? It was. I just remember it being dark.
I mean, that could have been a different time. Okay. Because there was another time that I left for a little, like a week, because he had pushed me out of the car on Chico Way. Yeah. So he had, I'd went to when Carly worked at Gandhi's. Yeah. And she DJ'd there. And they had beer pong tournaments, right? Yeah. And I was drinking, partying heavy back then. Yeah. And everyone was like, why, like, come to the beer pong tournament, like, whatever. And so I'd asked Josh, like,
beer pong tournament?
Yeah, fucking Indian restaurant after hours, getting crazy. You can't make this shit up, dude. And so I'd asked Josh, like, hey, do you care? And he was like, no, that's fine. And I was like, okay, can you just like pick me up at like, I don't know, 10:30, whatever. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, just call me. And I was like, all right, cool.
He didn't pick you up, did he?
So then I called him at like 10:15 and was like, hey, can you come pick me up? And he was pissed. He was like so mad that he had to come pick me up. And I was just like sick of it. Because I'm like, dude, I literally asked you. Yeah. And you, no problem, dropped me off. Like, you knew you had to come pick me up. We only have one fucking car.
If you told me no, I would have just drove myself.
Yes, or I would have like been asked someone to come and pick me up, like whatever. Yeah. And so then we were driving because we lived in Jackson Park at the time. So he took Chico away and we were driving and we were like arguing, and I guess it wasn't in Chico Way, it was in Jackson Park, but we like pulled in to Jackson Park and he drove like the opposite way from our house and like drove down in like the corner and like down by like the park that's on the water, like at the opposite end of Jackson Park, and leaned over and opened my door and pushed me out of the car and then drove off. Like in the middle of the night. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because he was mad because we were arguing because he was being mean to me about picking me up. And I was like, dude, like you know. And so that had happened. And that was that night.
So when was the last straw? And like, and okay, here's actually no, scratch that. Why did you in the moment? Yeah. Okay, so put yourself back then. Transport yourself back then. Yeah. Why did you stay? Because you knew all of this shit was not okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think I was just desperate to like make it work. You know what I mean? Like, and he went to like anger management classes and did like all these things that he had to do. And we had started communicating again, even though we weren't supposed to, because there was a no contact order automatically put on him because of the situation. But he was going to the classes and doing the work and like all this stuff. And so then I was like, okay, because we had only been married for like 6 months when that happened.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, let's just see if, and I had never been in a situation like that before.
Yeah.
Like I had never had anyone put their hands on me. Like I just didn't even, and I was young. Like I just didn't think, I'm like, it won't, he's done the work. It won't happen again. Like he said it won't, like whatever.
Looking back on it now though, are you able to like recognize that there were things leading up to ultimately like you leaving that were not okay?
Yeah.
And like looking back on it now, do you think you would tolerate any of that?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't tolerate anything now.
Yeah. That's part of the problem with me too.
Yeah. Because, and it's, I've taken a lot from both of my marriages, but I can't be in situations like that.
Yeah.
I thankfully am not often.
Yeah.
But it is still like hard.
Yeah.
To be, really high intense moments, like arguing, like I just, especially with men,
mm-hmm.
I don't like that because it is.
And it puts you in like a state of like constant panic.
Yeah.
Constant anxiety.
Yeah. 100%.
And I've realized obviously through my relationships over time that like, that's not normal.
No.
To be in a relationship with someone where you're constantly just like,
like
freaking out, like, oh my God.
That
like, feeling,
that pit, like you don't, it's like you feel sick all the time, like and
anxious
at that
all the time.
And before I finally left, because after I had went back to him, he got his friend Chike moved in with us.
Oh, that fucking weirdo.
Which was I was mad at the time, but I'm thankful that Chike was there.
Yeah.
Because after that, Josh was never around.
Yeah.
He would not come home. He was gone all of the time. If he did come home, he was just so rude, you know? And so I'm thankful that Chike, because Chike was around all the time.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't alone all the time. And as much as I didn't want him to move in and we didn't get along that well at first, he was a really kind person.
Yeah.
And he saw a lot. And like, I can't believe that Josh put his friend through that, knowing that how he was, you know what I mean? But
so like when was the last straw?
So I remember I had a day off of work, because at that time I worked like 14-hour days because I started working doubles because I got a second job at Honda because I didn't want to be home. Mm-hmm. So I would work in the morning at the cafe until 2, and then I would go and work the front desk until 8:30, and then come home. And I did that so I could be gone most of the time. And I had a weird schedule where it wasn't Monday through Friday, so it was like maybe, I don't know, like Wednesday or Thursday. And he had duty, so he had worked all night and came home in the morning. And I just remember he like came upstairs and like threw this piece of paper at me because I was still sleeping. And I like read it, and it was basically like, you're getting out and in 10 days or something like that. And so he was like,
did he expect that?
I don't know. I mean,
I have a feeling he probably didn't expect that.
I have no idea. We never talked. I mean, he didn't talk to me about it, but
he probably got kicked out.
I'm sure he did. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he just like threw that paper at me, and I was like, okay, so like, what does this mean? And he was like, we're moving in 10 days. And I was like, oh shit. Okay.
Oh my God, that's right. Because I remember you almost did move.
I almost did. And so I went and I like talked to my work and put in my notice and all this stuff. And then,
it's crazy that he walks in, throws a piece of paper at you, doesn't even have a conversation with you, and you're like, yes, I guess we're moving.
Yeah, I mean,
that's crazy.
I know, it's wild. And so, yeah, I put in my notice. Like,
you were like, so I was like, for it.
Yeah, I was like training this new girl. Like, we had coordinated because the Navy was still going to help move.
Yeah.
And so we had coordinated with them. I was like packing stuff up and rented a storage unit. I had done some interviews over in Maryland. Like I had a job lined up and everything, and we were gonna stay with his mom and his stepdad when we first got there, because we didn't have anywhere, it was like so quick. And then it was like I was packing one day and I was like on the phone with his mom, and he hadn't been home in like 2 days. He did not help me pack at all. He like wasn't around, hadn't been home. And I was like sitting outside talking to her, and I saw his car drive down and go to like, because we live right by the store there.
Yeah.
And I saw his car drive bye. So I was like, Felicia, I'll call you back. I just saw Josh. And so I walk over there and he's with a girl. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm literally packing up our house. Yeah. I was
on the phone with your mom.
No, I hung up. I hung up with
you
her.
Were just
but
on
I
the
was
phone
on the phone with his mom. Yeah, because we were talking about the move. Because we were going to move in like 3 days or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck? You know, I was like, who the fuck is this? And he was like, oh, this is just my friend. And I was like, you're so full of shit. Like, we're literally moving in 3 days. I've been packing all by myself. Like, what the hell? And I was like, do not get back in that car. Like, you need to come right now. She can call someone to come pick her up, like whatever. And he just like got in the car and drove away.
Your car?
No, at this point he had.
Oh, okay. Because I remember this becomes a point of contention later on.
Yeah, he had bought in a car.
Yeah.
Right, like he had just gotten it.
Yeah.
And he left, and I was just like, fuck this. And so I went and I got in my car and I drove to Honda and I told them, you know, I'm not moving. I'm taking back my notice. And when he got home, I told him, I said, I'm done. I'm not moving with you. Like, fuck off.
What did he say?
And he was like, okay.
Did he leave that night?
I left. I went to my parents' house.
Okay.
And, yeah. And so then I ended up not moving. All of our stuff still got packed. Like, I don't have anything, which I guess is a good thing.
Blessing.
Just like my personal items and stuff, but like all of our furniture, everything in the house still got packed up and moved to Maryland and put in storage. And I'm sure sold, auctioned off when the storage unit never got paid for.
My God.
And yeah, that was it. And then he left.
And then you filed
3 days
for
later.
divorce.
And then, yeah, I filed for divorce. And
then didn't he wind up leaving the car somewhere?
No, the car got repossessed.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because he never made a payment on it ever.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, it was, and then I filed for divorce and 3 months later.
Okay. So then how long, because you got married again.
I did.
So how much time was between marriage 1 and marriage 2?
So I guess I don't think I filed for divorce right away from Josh.
Yeah.
And so I filed because our divorce was final in September 11th of 2012.
Okay.
And so I think it was probably like 6 to 8 months after he left that I filed. So it was probably like a year after he left that it was official that we were divorced. And I got married again December 10th of 2012.
How long after that year?
It was like 3 months. No, like, it was like a year and 3 months. Cause like my divorce was final a year after. And then 3 months after my divorce was final. Yeah. I was married again.
Oh my fucking God. All right, you guys, that's where I'm going to leave you. I'm so sorry. I hate it when oh my gosh, some of my favorite podcasts do like part 1, 2, 3, 4. And I hate doing this to you guys, but there is just so much more that we have to talk about. And there's so much more to Katie's story. And it's truly like, even now, here's the thing is like, I was there for all of this. And so even now, like looking back on it, it's just still so crazy to hear. It's like so insane. So stick around. Part 2 will be dropping on the 21st. Find me on social media. Don't Quote Her podcast on Instagram and TikTok. Normally we would do a messy mail segment, but I didn't plan on this being like so juicy, even though it's like I knew what the fuck was going on. Anyways, I didn't plan on this being so juicy. So messy mail will be in part 2. I'm sorry, you guys. Anyways, I just thank you for listening, and I look forward to hearing the feedback. And don't forget to follow, subscribe, and like. Just whatever you do, don't quote me. I'll catch you guys next time.